Welcome back to everyone's favorite part of the show. It's the Huddle with Hunter.
Owen Heineke sued the NCAA for an extra year of eligibility after playing just 3 years of football at Oklahoma and a year of lacrosse, 15 minutes to be exact, at Ohio State.
It's March, which means one thing, madness. And Oklahoma women's basketball is still dancing.
Bryan High School entered Friday 0-6 all-time in state championships. Standing in their way was Medford at 10-2. Could the Cowboys bring their town their first state title?
It's officially playoff time in Oklahoma, and the 2025 season has already been a historic one for the Mount St. Mary Rockets, led by former OU fullback J.D. Runnels.
While the Norman Tigers trailed by 7 late, they were able to rally and find a way to force overtime where they got the win.
While many men may have doubted this Oklahoma team,
The Sooners continue to find ways to win football games. 27 years in the making, the first year of the OG&E Coliseum, and one buzzer beater to bring home the Gold Ball Trophy. Norman High's state champions once again. It was an instant classic in the 6A tournament this morning, with Bartlesville trying to play the spoiler and get their first win in the tournament since 1992.
Washington running back Josiah Dickerson carries the pigskin for fun on Friday nights. Although over a decade ago, he could not have imagined having that opportunity. Josiah spent the first few years of his life in an orphanage over 6,000 miles away from Oklahoma in Accra, Ghana.
There's some days where I'm just like, what if I just escaped the orphanage? But the areas around the orphanage were not safe either. So I'm just like, orphanage, all I got to like be alive.
The orphanage was extremely rough, and Josiah even had to carry buckets of water for miles each day.
You try to survive the next day, try to figure out what you want that night. It was just very hard. And good thing God gave me good survival instinct skills. It was hard trusting the kids around me. Food was just hard to come by. Try to sneak out with some people to try to get food.
Josiah was able to get out of the orphanage thanks to his foster dad, Bernard, who is a social worker.
He got me out of the orphanage and got me to be able to be adopted. And it was all God's plan to go through that hard moment and then have someone right there to save me. And
adoption was always on the hearts of Kevin and Angie Dickerson. Through their church friends, they came in contact with Ghana and eventually Josiah.
The very first time we went over the previous year was the first time we met Bernard. So we were able to start building that relationship and that trust with him. And he was able to learn kind of what our understanding, what our expectations were of the adoption process.
Trust was hard to come by for Josiah, and that remained true when he first met his mom and dad, Kevin and Angie.
I haven't seen any white people ever in my life to that point, so it was definitely a big shock. Non-stop crying because I thought I got kidnapped, honestly, because I almost got kidnapped like twice in an orphanage, so it was difficult to trust anybody. When I realized I had food, water every single day, 3 meals a day, I was like, this is just fine if I'm getting kidnapped.
He was very independent. He knew how to do things that my 10-year-old didn't know how to do. And so then when he sees us, we're white, we don't look like him, we don't talk like him, he doesn't understand what we're saying. Pretty brutal, and he was screaming a lot and just wanting to be with his foster family, and it was very stressful.
It was heartbreaking.
Last March, Josiah was able to go on a journey around the globe. And as you can see here, we start at Washington High School, where Josiah was able to then fly back to Ghana for the first time since his adoption and leave a lasting impact on his hometown, building water wells and also meeting with his foster family.
It was amazing. I needed that trip back to get a reminder of where I came from, and it opened so many doors mentally for me, just released so much tension I had. I got to see my foster brother David and my foster parents, Bernard, Fiancu, and Irene. It was just amazing to see them. Being able to like build water wells for kids that needed clean water was amazing. And I saw lots of kids that were in the same position as me when I was younger. I saw a lot of myself.
So the fact that he could go back and look at kids in the eyes and give them some kind of hope and friendship, saying, I've been where you are and God has a plan and you are going to be okay. And that was something that was very important to him.
The story of Josiah Dickerson is truly inspirational and will go far beyond the gridiron.
I'm more than a football player, and that my story doesn't define everything about me. Even when you start from the bottom, God knows a way to get you out of it and be the best version of yourself. So just trust in the process and you'll turn out good.
Josiah wants to leave a lasting impact on his home country of Ghana and even wants to start sports clinics for kids to be recruited in their respective sports. For OU Nightly, I'm Hunter Cornejo. Oklahoma City hosted the first and second rounds of March Madness for the first time since 2016. And while the Oklahoma Sooners were not in attendance like a decade ago, the OU ties remained strong with the Houston Cougar staff of the Sampson family and Hollis Price.
Man, I'm from Oklahoma. I went to elementary, middle, high school, college, grad school. I'm an Oklahoman, and so to be back, that does my Oklahoma heart really well.
Kellen and Lauren are both University of Oklahoma graduates. They were raised with Boomer Sooner. I'm a Cougar, man, but I always have a little Sooner blood in me.
4 Sooners on our staff. And, once you become a Sooner, you're always a part of it. Just sticks with you.
The Sooners currently have 6 jerseys retired for their basketball program, but Houston assistant coach Kellen Sampson believes that his fellow assistant Hollis Price deserves to have his jersey hanging from the rafters in Norman.
You're talking about a guy that's deserving. He wore that jersey the way that it's supposed to be worn. When you bring people into Lloyd Noble or whatever the new arena will be called when it's time, and they look up in the rafters and they see the name Price, everybody can feel really good that he wore it the way we would all want it to be worn.
I leave that up to the people who make the decisions. Coach Sampson, I'm blessed to still be with this guy. Chose to play for him way in 1998, and now it's 2026 and I'm still with him. That tells you that I made the right decision on coming to Oklahoma.
After a heartbreaking finish a year ago in the national championship, Sampson and Houston are still looking for their one shining moment. From the Paycom Center, Hunter Cornejo, Sooner Sports Pad.
Unbelievably happy. It's been a 5-year journey. A lot of hard work, a lot of hidden hours.
Norman taking on Mustang's 6A state championship at the OG&E Coliseum. Gabriel Osborne Jr. for Mustang slamming it home. They take an early 12-4 lead, but Norman's going to respond to every Mustang run. Second quarter, clock winding down. Bo Billingsley ties this game up at the half, 23 apiece. NBA All-Star and champion Jalen Williams even in attendance. But Montrell Combs-Pierce, steal, stop, laying it in. 46-40 Norman leads, but Mustang's going to respond to tie this game up. Clock winding down, 52 all. The moment every kid dreams of. Billingsley, ball in his hands with the game on the line to send it to overtime or the win. The 5th assist of the night for Bo Billingsley is the biggest one of his career. Aiden Cooper Kelly finishing it, calling game 54-52 Norman.
27 years in the making, the first year of the OG&E Coliseum, and one buzzer beater to bring home the gold ball trophy. Norman High's state champions once again is something that words can't even begin to describe.
Feels good. A month and a half ago, I didn't think I was going to be here. They said if we made it to the state championship and we won, thank God. I didn't even see the ball go through the rim. I knew it was good, man. I just shot it, and I see everyone cheering. I was like, I made it, and I felt Gideon hugged me.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. It's a surreal feeling. Getting to do it with this group of guys in this type of way, I can't explain it, man. Feels like all the hard work is paid off. All the early mornings, late nights. It's such a great feeling. ACK cut it. We trusted him. Pump fake, like we talked about in Scout. Got the finish. One of the craziest moments I've ever been a part of.
It was in slow motion. I've seen Bo with the little cross step and the little juke, and once they reached, I'm like, he's got the edge. Here comes the 45. It was in slow motion, and they were all moving together, and the spacing was perfect. The guys spent so much time for a moment like that. You couldn't write a better script.
At the OG&E Coliseum, Hunter Cornejo, OU Nightly. Hello and welcome. I'm Hunter Cornejo. Alongside me at the desk is Chris Holman. It's time for Big Friday Sports. Diamond Sports are in full swing with a big series on deck for the Sooners. Skip Johnson and the Sooners have lost their last 2 SEC series, and they're headed down to Music City last night to take on Vanderbilt. Oklahoma ace LJ Mercurius was lights out. 13 strikeouts on the day, a career high for him.
Sooners catcher Dayton LaChance got the scoring started with a 2-run shot to give OU the lead. That's his first home run of the season, but Vandy would respond, scoring the next 5 runs of the game. Right here, here's this 8th-inning moonshot from Mike Mancini, slamming the door on any hopes of a comeback. Vanderbilt gets the win 10-5. And looking ahead at the rest of the series, left-hander Cam Johnson will be on the bump tonight. Junior's been lights out as of late. 16 strikeouts in his last 2 starts. Oklahoma starter for Sunday still not decided. Freshman Cord Rager was scratched last weekend due to a back issue. Hibble and the 16th-ranked Sooners close out the regular season in Georgia at the Ford Collegiate on Monday and Tuesday. Oklahoma will face 5 SEC teams, including top-ranked Auburn, 4th-ranked Texas, and 7th-ranked LSU. Staying on the tennis court, 9th-ranked OU men's tennis has been scorching hot over the last few weeks, winning 6 straight matches, 5 of which against ranked opponents. The Sooners close out the regular season this weekend against Arkansas and number 8, Texas A&M. Staying in the NBA, former Sooners guard Jeremiah Fears and the New Orleans Pelicans are back in action tonight against the Boston Celtics. Fresh off a 40-point performance on Tuesday against Utah, that was the most by an NBA rookie this season, not named Cooper Flagg.